I can't believe I never knew about this place. It's the perfect spot to get away from everything. Am I hearing things, or is that music? Plenty of salt has been dug up here. I'll take a handful. I don't need to take any more wood right now. Huh, it's unlocked. That's kind of surprising. Denby, what are you doing here?
Oh, living. That's what people do, I hear.
Did you run away from home?
I don't really want to talk about it. You can hang out here if you want, though. It's nice to have some company.
Hey, Denby?
Yeah?
How long did you say you've been living here?
Around 2 months. Not a bad place, really. There's plenty of room, and nobody comes by, so I've got all the privacy I could want. Well, nobody except you, anyway.
I could leave you alone if you want.
No, that's not what I meant. It's cool that you're here. It's nice to have someone to talk to.
Why did you run away?
I said I didn't want to talk about it.
Well, I do. Is it some problem with your family? Is there anything I can do to help?
No, it's just... I felt like I was getting in the way. Mom and Dad have been having a hard time getting us all enough food, and my brother and sister are little, so there's not much they can do for themselves. I figured it would just be better for me to go off on my own. I mean, I still go back and see them and give them anything extra I've got, but I kind of like having my own space,
Yeah, I know. Look at you, being responsible. I'm so proud of you.
Ugh, whatever. No need to be gushy about it.
How did you manage to get in here?
They didn't do a very good job of boarding up the doors. It was pretty easy to get in. I'm surprised nobody else tried before I did. I mean, there's not much left in here, but glass is pretty valuable. I might trade it to Clem.
Does any of the stuff in here still work?
Yeah, I think the furnace still works. It's connected to the gas anyway.
The gas is still on?
Yeah, it's on a natural line, so it's still under pressure even though the power's been cut. I try to keep it off as much as I can though, just in case. Besides, if you need natural gas, I've pretty much got you covered.
Good to know. Just don't light yourself on fire. I'll just leave you to whatever it is you're doing.
Thanks.
Here, I think you dropped this.
Oh, sweet! I was gonna go back tonight and steal, I was gonna think about what a shame it was that I didn't have any more chalk.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm glad I saved you the trouble at any rate. I'm guessing this valve must control some kind of gas flow. Assuming it still works, of course.
Yep, it does.
That furnace could really be useful. This is a really great find.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Not much I can do with the outside of the furnace.
It's best just not to touch it. I learned that the hard way.
Nothing in there but ash.
What?
I said ash, Denby. Must be some kind of drain. It doesn't smell very nice down there.
That's not my fault, in case you were wondering.
I wasn't, but thanks for the clarification. There's nothing down there that interests me.
I'd be worried if there was.
These are nice. It's like you've turned this place into a private gallery.
Yeah, I keep them around for inspiration.
They're up too high. Besides, I think they liven the place up.
Yeah, don't mess up my decorations.
Hey, these are pretty good. All yours?
Yeah, they're okay, I guess. My favorite's the one of the pilot.
What are all these signatures?
Like I said, I've been practicing copying handwriting. Those are just my practice sheets. Hey, try not to touch the drawings, okay?
Sorry. This one doesn't look finished.
No, it's still a work in progress.
Is that supposed to be me?
Yeah, you're the only woman I know who isn't old and wrinkly, so you're way easier to draw. You can have it when I've finished if you want.
Denby's working on a portrait of me. That's cute.
Don't flatter yourself, Amy.
Why are all these burnt papers on the floor?
Oh, I always burn my bad drawings.
But why would you do that?
What's the point in keeping things around if they don't represent you?
They're of no use to me.
Harsh.
Pretty. Too bad the legs are broken.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened.
I don't want to risk damaging it any further.
Yeah, probably best to just leave it where it is.
Not much I can do.
It's best just... You're gonna leave me here with the gas on? Are you trying to kill me?
Nothing in there but ash.
What?
I said ash, Denby. Nothing happened.
Well, yeah, the gas isn't on.
If I put wood on there like this, it'll just fall on the bottom when I light the furnace.
Yeah, and then the burnt smell will linger for days.
The pistol should be useful. Randomly throwing salt into a furnace doesn't seem like a very good idea.
But it might make for some cool sparks.
Nothing happened.
Well, yeah,
Now we're cooking.
What? You're actually gonna cook?
No, it was a figure of speech.
Oh, thank goodness. I still have nightmares about that lamb stew sometimes.
I'll make it again if you don't shut up.
Copy that.
I'm not about to go sticking my hand into a lit furnace.
I'll give you my pumpkin if you do.
Fat chance. I see no reason to just toss this perfectly good piece of wood into the fire.
You never did strike me as a pyromaniac.
At least this will make carrying the wood around slightly easier.
What are you doing?
An experiment.
Boring.
Not when it involves burning stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, that's cool then. So, did your experiment work?
Don't be so nosy, Denby. Take care of yourself, Denby.
I'll try my best.
I'll take another piece of wood. I'm back. Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
If you're worried about that, you could always try knocking.
Fair point. At least this will make carrying the wood around slightly easier. Okay, I'll rub salt into the wood. That should prep it for carbonization. I've got a piece of wood. I've already prepped the wood. I've got... Nice. The wood burned long enough to become activated carbon.
What?
Spend some time reading Nelson's science books and you might learn something. Time for me to go.
Okay, see ya.
Gordon, look. I got you some charcoal for your gas mask's filter.
I don't believe it. I don't know what to say.
Then listen. Nelson has a science book explaining how you can make charcoal filters. It's really not that difficult. If you can find or make more masks, you can make filters and provide them to anyone who needs them.
I'm stunned, Amy. Thank you for your help.
We've all got to look out for each other.
Merchant, a word if you would.
What do you want?
Aurelius of the Ministry of Resources is officially requesting your supply of raw brass.
What? But brass is my most valuable material. It's practically impossible to come by these days.
Correct. Which is why in exchange, the Ministry is offering you 10 food vouchers a week. Do you accept this offer?
I don't know. 10 food vouchers a week is a lot, but I'll have to think about it.
Very well. If you change your mind, please notify the Ministry, but know that this offer will not last forever. Good day to you, citizen.
That's a tough offer to refuse. Why didn't you accept?
Because if I hand over my materials to the aristocracy, I won't have enough to provide to Danton.
That's pretty loyal, Gordon.
She's what we need to change this place, even if it hurts in the short term.
Glad to see you've returned. I assume you've managed to sort things out with our suppliers?
Yes.
You've done well, Amy. I think you'll get along here just fine. But understand this, committing yourself to help the Resistance is not a promise made lightly. We require your full cooperation and transparency. No secrets or lies. Do I make myself clear?
I understand, but remember not to ask for things you can't return.
Naturally. Now come with me. Thank you for helping our suppliers. As you can probably tell, recruitment has been slow, which has hindered our progress. But I think with your help, we just may be able to initiate some changes.
What is it you had in mind?
That letter you brought us came from our contact in the Ministry of Medicine. It contained extremely valuable information. I need you to infiltrate the Ministry of Medicine and confirm what this letter says. Do you have any questions?
This Milton, who was he? Why did knowing my father make him trust me?
As I mentioned before, he was our double agent in the Ministry of Energy. With his help, we were able to establish our contact in the Ministry of Medicine. In the early days of the rebellion, Milton also recruited your father as the official mechanic. They were good friends. I never met Cooper myself, but my understanding is that he was just as loyal as Milton. Losing them both has been a blow. I think we'll manage, though. After all, we have you now.
You mentioned my father was with the rebellion in the early days. How come he never mentioned it?
It doesn't surprise me. The previous attempt at a rebellion was met with disastrous failure. They didn't manage to get very far before being discovered and quelled by the aristocracy. Your father and Milton were the only original members to escape unharmed. It's taken us a very long time to get back on track, but I intend to avenge our forefathers and deliver the justice they died for.
If you're so against the government, why do you use the Ministry of Medicine's symbol as your code to get in here?
That's exactly what the aristocracy would expect. Having our own symbol would make us easier to find once they figured out what it was. Sometimes the best way to hide things is to put them in plain sight.
Can you tell me what it is I'm meant to find?
Our contact was unable to provide the exact details in case the letter was intercepted. But if the information he did give us is correct, it means the government is covering up something very important having to do with the green lung vaccine. If you confirm this, it will be exactly what we need to expose the government's lies and incite a revolution.
What if it turns out to be a false lead?
It won't. Believe me, you'll find something in there. You have to.
What's the plan for getting me into the Ministry of Medicine?
An excellent question. You know how the wealthy have contracts with the aristocracy based on their support when they first formed?
I have a vague idea, sure.
If a government supporter were to show signs of green lung, the aristocracy would waste no time in sending a doctor to treat them. I want you to go to Fripp Square. My sources tell me that a notable supporter has recently been showing symptoms of the plague. His name is Silas Harrison. He should be visited by a doctor very soon. Find out when and where the visit will take place. Then, intercept the doctor, disguise yourself, and enter the Ministry of Medicine. Once you've done that, you'll locate the central storage room, where they keep the vaccine supply. I suspect that's where you'll find what we're looking for.
Maybe I should write all this down. It's a lot to keep track of.
No, I'm sorry, but we can't have a paper trail. I trust you'll be able to make this happen. I know it's complicated and dangerous, but believe me when I say this information will change everything.
I guess I should get started.
Good. Head over to Fripp Square and find out where Harrison is. That should get you close enough to intercept his doctor. You might also try checking at the ministry itself. They might have some information on when the doctor is set to make his house call. Once you're in the ministry, you can identify our contact by using the code phrase. I'm not sure how much help he'll be able to give you, but having an ally on the inside is at least better than nothing. I wish you luck, Amy. Remember that if you succeed, the Resistance will reward you in far greater ways than the aristocracy ever could.
Hi.
Don't bother. The aristocrats cut out her tongue.
My God, that's awful. Why would they do that?
She used to work for the Ministry of Knowledge. She was caught stealing books, and that was her punishment. Apparently, Claudius did it himself. Ugly business.
Good day to you, merchant.
Go away, you dog. I have nothing to say to you.
Now, there's no need to be.
I just try to make my living here. I have family to take care of, and no help from the aristocracy.
Well, if you would just let me.
My brother Pavel went out scavenging days ago and has not returned. We're all worried he's dead. What does the aristocracy do? Nothing. Sit in their towers and watch us starve. You are young. You do not remember life before the bombs. It was different. Guards were our friends, not monsters.
I appreciate your position, but...
Look, I think it's best if you just go. She's clearly upset.
Fine. I was here to extend an offer of food vouchers from the Ministry of Resources. But if she feels that way, it's her loss. Good day to you, citizen. I apologize for upsetting you.
Oh, thank you, Amy. I always get so angry when I see those guards.
Hello, Mariska.
Amy, hello.
You really shouldn't make trouble with the guards.
I'm not making trouble. It's them who are causing all the problems.
You know as well as I do, you haven't got a brother named Pavel.
Well, they need to understand that life's not easy for us. It's not like they do anything about it anyway.
Just try not to get so riled up, Mariska. He was trying to help you out.
The day I take help from those dogs is the day I die.
I have to go now.
Okay, you come back and see me again soon, all right?
Excuse me.
What is it, citizen?
Could you tell me about this building, sir?
You don't get out much, do you? This is the Ministry of Medicine. They're in charge of all health-related issues in the city.
So this is where people come to get their vaccines?
Correct. Entry is by appointment only, I'm afraid.
I kind of figured as much. You know someone named Silas Harrison?
Silas Harrison? The name sounds familiar. But then, I see plenty of names on a daily basis. I have to write the name of all scheduled appointments here in my ledger.
Don't suppose I could have a peek at your ledger?
Afraid not, miss. This is for government eyes only. And, not to be rude, but you don't look like a government employee to me.
Keep up the good work.
Have a nice day, miss.
Let's hope this works.
What was that? What a mess. I told them this would happen eventually.
Let's just have a look at this ledger. Here we go. Silas Harrison is being visited by a doctor this evening for a green lung treatment. This information could be very important to certain people. Might be a good idea to take it with me. According to this page, Silas Harrison... Fripp Square. I do so love the dirty looks I get from people when I walk through here. Hello there.
May I help you with something?
Have you heard the name Silas Harrison?
I have, yes. He's fairly well known around these parts.
Can you tell me anything about him? Like where he lives?
Lady, I'm a town crier, not a town directory. If you want to put your nose where it don't belong, you're better off talking to Flora and Genevieve on the other side of the square.
So you're a town crier? What do you actually do?
I deliver the news to the people of Fripp Square. They ask about specific headlines, I tell them. Some sort of breaking news arrives from the government, I read it. It's rather simple, really.
Can I hear some news?
Very well. Right now, the top headlines are Ministry of Energy restarts generators. Terrorists rumored in the Market District. Mysterious object spotted over quarantine zone. And the weather report. So, what'll it be?
How about Ministry of Energy restarts generators?
Fine.
Attention citizens, the following is an important news bulletin. The Ministry of Energy released a report saying that they have succeeded in restarting 60% of the city's reactors. As a result, more power will be available, starting with the area around Fripp Square. This concludes the news bulletin. Please resume your normal activities.
Hello there.
May I help you with something?
Can I hear some news?
Very well. Right now, the top headlines are Ministry of Terror, and so. What?
I want to hear terrorists rumored in the market district.
If you wish.
Attention citizens, the following is an important news bulletin. Rumors have surfaced of a group of terrorists headquartered somewhere in the market district. These dissidents are to be considered armed and extremely dangerous to public safety. Anyone with information leading to their arrest is encouraged to report to the nearest aristocrat guard. This concludes the news bulletin. Please resume your normal activities.
Hello there.
May I help you with something?
Can I hear some news?
Very well. Right now, Minister Terror, and so.
Nothing.
Well, why'd you ask to?
Hello there.
May I help?
Can I hear some?
Very well. Right now, Minister Terror, and so.
What's the?
You'll soon find out.
Attention citizens, the following is an important news bulletin. Weather conditions are as follows. Partly cloudy with a 0% chance of rain. Today's high will be 24 degrees Celsius and the low will be 20. This concludes the news bulletin. Please resume your normal activities.
Hello there.
May I help you with something?
Can I hear some?
Very well. Right now, Minister Terror, and so. What?
I'd like to hear mysterious objects spotted over quarantine zone.
Right you are.
Attention citizens, the following is an important news bulletin. This past week, several citizens reported sighting a strange object in the sky over the quarantine zone. Rumors have persisted that it was the Reaper. However, the Ministry of Knowledge insists that this is not the case. The aristocracy reminds citizens not to be swayed by baseless rumors and superstitions. This concludes the news bulletin. Please resume your normal activities.
I think you should have a look at this.
Interesting.
Attention citizens, the following is an important news bulletin. Silas Harrison, noted government philanthropist, has contracted green lung. He is due to begin medical treatment this evening. Anyone who has had contact with Harrison is advised to monitor their symptoms and should notify the Ministry of Medicine if they begin feeling ill. This concludes the news bulletin. Please resume your normal activities.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello, miss. What can I do for you?
I'm Amy Wellard. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, Amy. My name is Maximilian Huber, but please call me Max.
Do you live around here?
Yes, just around the corner, but ever since my wife passed, I like to get out of the house and spend time with my friends.
Your friends?
Yes, the Ravens.
So, how much time do you spend with your friends?
Not all day, but most of it. They are beautiful creatures, aren't they? How those Reaper cultists have turned them into a symbol of fear is beyond me, but to each his own, I suppose. I only wish I had something to feed them with. The poor things look terribly hungry.
What do they eat?
Anything, really. Meat, vegetables, insects. They're not picky eaters by any means.
I'm looking for Silas Harrison. Do you know him?
Know him? Not personally, but I know who he is, certainly.
You wouldn't happen to know where he lives, would you?
I'm afraid not. I never had any cause to pay him any social calls at his home. My apologies.
Have a nice day, sir.
You too, my dear.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Oh. Where did you come from? She looks like she just came from the quarantine zone. Don't be silly. You know nobody ever leaves that awful place. In any case, I'm sure you've got a lottery job you should be doing. Why don't you run along and leave us to our conversation? Which reminds me, I need some new servants. I was entertaining guests the other day and they kept interrupting. Good help just keeps getting harder to come by.
Hello, Mariska.
Amy, hello.
Do you have any vegetables a raven might like to eat?
Ravens? Yes, I see them around my garden all the time. They love my alfalfa sprouts.
Have you got any for sale?
Sure, but take this bag. On the house.
Are you sure?
Yes, I owe you after helping me with the garden. It's the least I can do.
Thanks. I have to go now.
Okay, you come back and see me again soon, all right?